Well, we are into the lobby, just waiting on
Oh,
Ryung to respond here.
yeah. Mush.
Hello.
Oh, I totally forgot. That just reminded me. That guy I told you about that we're gonna talk to later and stuff. He like kind of speaks Korean.
The guy that we're gonna talk to later?
Overwatch stuff I was mentioning earlier.
When did you mention that earlier? like earlier,
Man,
like a couple days ago, or like earlier, like
no,
yesterday?
like today.
Today. If you were talking about it, then I was doing something, clearly.
I pasted it. Anyways, TLDR. You like speak some Korean because I mentioned we're going to Korea. I'm like, dude, I don't speak any fucking Korean. Like, I have no idea what you're saying right now.
When the fuck did you do that?
It says 2:38 a.m. It says it in the message. It has a timestamp.
I literally... Oh, there it is. Oh, it was before the Google Drive, that's why.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, it was.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. You're right.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
am right, thank you.
You're right. All right. Hey, we're getting to game number one of a really awesome series. It's TVZ. Now, I know, again, like, you guys might be wanting to watch Sue versus Hurricane. That's another really sexy sounding matchup, to be honest. You can check that out on the Korean stream, twitch.tv/Olimoleague. It's Korean casting, though, so you won't be able to understand it if you don't speak Korean, but maybe you'll still enjoy it nonetheless. For us, however, we picked this one because this dude in the top right has seriously been fucking beast mode lately. A real champ, always hitting those finals here for the last, like, 3 weeks running. It's going to be the blue Terran player, Ryung.
In top left, as the red Zerg, he is Armani, formerly Samsung Galaxy.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to stress out, I'm not trying to oversell Ryung here or anything, but the first week we saw that Ryung be on finals. I didn't get to, you got to. It was surprising. Then the week following, like, it was them again, back to back. Then Ryung versus Stats last week, which, okay, Stats won, sure, but Ryung was still in those finals. Ryung has, without a doubt in my mind,
Oopsie.
been the most, like, I want to see improved Korean player over Legacy of the Void. From where he sat upon leaving Axiom to where he resonates now as far as skill goes, Ryung has come a long freaking way. So anytime I get an option to see Ryung versus another good player like Armani, I'm going to take it.
Yeah, that's probably accurate. I can't think of another player that was mediocre in Heart of the Swarm, but has steadily increased through Legacy of the Void. Because, like, even Byun, who technically didn't even, like, play much of Heart of the Swarm, he was pretty boss back when he did play in, like, Wings of Liberty. So, him coming back and rising to fame like he has is, I guess, similar in one fashion or another, but Ryung really came from, like, how is this guy ever going to return to form? He's already kind of old in StarCraft 2 terms. And he really did, and then some. So, good for you,
mega
Ryung.
props go to him. Plus, we've just loved Ryung for a while. I had the caster curse from. I literally wasn't allowed to cast him for a period of time due to superstition.
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
I have to get his signature on his WCS card. I totally missed doing that. And I was at the Axiom House last year.
Well, way to go, you schmuck. I was going to say, though, really quick to cap this off, Armani is, as well, quite a good player. He's also somebody who has, I'd say, remarkably improved, but not nearly as much as Ryung. Because Armani, he's been playing around since, like, the Zotac Cup days, back when his name was still burning. And he never had good foreign performances, so it kind of almost, like, weighs him down a bit in terms of, like, how far I think he's come versus what he's doing. Because, unfortunately, we're also still not seeing Armani in a lot of finals. He does make it once in a blue moon, but... yeah, for the most part, you'll see Armani in the round of 8, you'll see Armani in the semifinals, but rarely, like, actually taking the cake.
Yeah. Yeah, Armani, I think so far his, not claim to fame, but is just
Claim
like...
to flame?
Claim to flame for him.
Is that why his name was Burning?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, that's so long ago. But that's the reason that I like mark him as a good player is not because of his consistent Olimoleague participation or anything that happened in like GSL or Pro League, which I'm not sure he played that much in Pro League. It was that he actually takes on Byun occasionally with Zerg. I thought that was hella impressive. So that's kind of where he resonates in my mind. So versus Ryeong, who is as good as Byun in TVT for sure, and even better actually. in some cases. Not as good as TVZ. I would say that Armani on his best day would definitely take Ryung, but I don't know what he's looking like. In fact, there is even a time, like, he didn't participate in the last finals, monthly finals. Not, well, the rumor, the miscommunication when he retired, and that wasn't necessarily true. He was busy doing something I can't even remember, but I guess, like, the question of his form, or any of the Koreans' forms, is kind of in question, because I said question already. But that you don't know, like, I guess where the motivation is at. And that's hopefully where, like, the Olimoleague at least still gives some of the players motivation. And hope for the future. Hope. That overload went down, and that's too bad. I mean, supply block, but he got the really good scout. Armani going for Ling Baneling, not too surprising either on this map. Reaper's still alive, man. Not laugh for long. Clever, clever.
Or
it's gonna go for
maybe
gold.
it
Gonna go
is.
for gold.
No, rip.
Okay,
The dragon slays the dragon slayer.
Yeah, Armani very specifically not winning that Reaper allowed for a second scout. I mean, scouting the composition generally tells you what they're gonna go for. Like, if there's no roaches at a certain point, then they're probably sticking on Ling Baneling. But it would have been nice to see exactly what was going on in the main base, like how quick that lair was, if there even was a lair. The fact that there isn't, and no evolution tubers either, and how many lings are being produced, Armani is going to go for the big surprise bust. So you deal with this, first of all, you know, deal with that, make them go home, and then you go for a lot of lings and banelings on the counter / just regular, like, attack. And it can be very surprising, because, you know, most of their players are playing pretty defensive, trying to get their upgrade, trying to get their infestors and ultras. And Terrans just sometimes do not anticipate anything else.
Well, double unload does manage to fully unload here in the main.
It's actually kind of tricky. So, okay, there are banelings here, as well as, of course, all of the queens. So Ryung's not going to get anything there. He does, of course, build... Well, everyone does this. It's not even a Ryung thing anymore. But he does have the engineering base on the front lines. Spidey's go down. He's trying to save whatever he can. That's not going to happen.
Pop, pop,
he didn't really want to pop him on the SCVs, I think. He wanted to pop him on the squad depots. Oh, it's air pairing, though. Well.
It's supposed to be the lings flooding in afterwards that kills the player. It's not about worker kills necessarily most of the time, but let's be honest, 20 SCVs dead. That hurts. Now we're looking for some counterattack damage in Armani's main. He's losing his engineering base, he's losing his upgrades, but Armani has no defense at home. The few banelings he made get focus fired out of Ryung, and priorities are trying to get some counterattack damage done.
The queens, I feel, like, once they take care of the medevacs, if they can, then Ryung just doesn't have much staying power left over. But Armani has done the best he can with what he has on the offense, so it's really just about denying that natural for a while longer. Drones are being pulled in.
Ryung has put so much emphasis on this counterattack, and it's a good thing he did because it evens up the worker count. Meanwhile, all those workers he had pulled to repair that depot were idle this entire time. They weren't mining, they weren't repairing, they weren't doing anything. They still aren't. Well, they want to save that depot, apparently.
Oh, I was like, the ones in natural?
One guy. But so, yeah, I mean, Ryung, this is, by the way, the perfect time where income graphs look fantastic, dips hard. You see Armani spike, and it's not because Armani was doing a fantastic amount of mining himself. Ryung was just doing nothing while that was going on.
Yeah. Not that Armani really needs a third base, but it is being denied from mining for a while longer because of the Widow Mine. Bringing on the rocks, just doing what he can with the units he has right now. That did not go exactly how Armani probably hoped it would.
I'm not gonna drunk
on
the hot scale. I'm a 10, baby.
Thank you, Mr. Boris Makarov, for the $10 donation.
Thank you, Zombie, for being so sexy. Shout out to Mr. Boris as well, of course.
You're welcome. That is a great wink.
That's what should be on a friggin' t-shirt, I'll tell you what.
Me winking, like in mid-wink. That's gonna be a sexy face. Anyway.
By the way, the attack, well, okay, I guess he's not gonna go straight for that third. So there's gonna be a lot of banelings waiting for him, unlike last time where, you know, Ryeong only had to snipe off 2 or 3, it was pretty easy goings. He's been supply blocked, again, big part of the wall missing. He goes and puts the engineering base back on the front wall again, because it's very unlikely you're going to get baneling busts again after the way this game went. But keep in mind, Armani's still investing heavily into Army. That 1-1's going to finish well before Ryung's.
Oh, yeah. But that's kind of like normal, so not even that big of a deal. Armani delayed Ryung's upgrades, but also delayed his own just by doing the attack. So it almost looks like a normal TVZ. I mean, even the supply counts look kind of like the drone counts look kind of normal. Ryung having 20 army lead right now is a little worrying, but that is also kind of a normal deficit for the Zerg. If they take defensive fights on creep, manage to get up to Baneling speed, they'll definitely bridge that 20 supply gap while they're usually trying to get to Ultralisk. But it's quite worrying. Armani is still not even on a lair. There's no way he's going to get to Infestors. That's probably the biggest problem right now. Sure, his upgrades are looking okay, but only for so much longer. Baneling drops actually went to the natural. Luckily, there wasn't like tons of SCVs stacked up there.
Attack of the main, kind of covered by the Liberator. It's if the target fires the Banelings, that'd be fantastic. With a third base under attack, and I gotta be honest, like with 60 army supply on the field, Ryeong looks borderline unstoppable.
Yeah, definitely. Armani definitely needs more Banelings to actually throw this back. The spread of Marines is pretty good. They still don't have 1-1, but there's just not enough Lings. GG.
GG. Ryung takes game number 1, and man, that was a very different game too. That wasn't typical Terran does 2 medevac drops, Queens push it back, and then we all just step 1, 2, 3. Like, that was a Baneling bust out of Armani that caught Ryung off guard. Ryung's drops caught Armani off guard in the counterattack. Like, there's a lot of high action there at the start of the game.
Yeah, it definitely was. I can also get my Alive card signed.
Dude, he's gonna sign it, and if that dude knows what's up, he's gonna sign it with a bit of a wink too. It's like, hey, go girl.
Look at the heart. Oh, and Lysira. Oh my god. Okay, all these other people are like retired. Feels bad, man. Maybe I'll meet Hero. He still streams. Hey,
I
come
think
here.
he's streaming right now, actually.
Yeah, maybe.
No, I just literally checked Twitter.
Oh, okay.
What Hero's tweeting about going live.
Amazing. These are the ones I'm probably never gonna get. I could probably get flashes at a Brood War, but I'm gonna have to like beat off like rabid fangirls, so that'll happen. 4G's
Armani's
military.
Armani's trying to host. Just don't let us host or whatever.
Oh no, okay. You host. Why would you join again?
Well, because that. Shut up, zombie girl.
God, what map was it?
I don't know.
Shit.
That's what I was trying to check. And you made
Sure.
me think
No,
it's
you
like-
weren't. Shut up. I gave you the excuse.
You call me a liar right now?
I am. It's apotheosis. God damn.
Feels bad. Feels bad, man. Yo, so real talk though, I do have some ideas for shirts that are definitely requiring us doing a mini photo shoot amongst ourselves at BlizzCon. So
I'm already knowing.
look forward to that.
No. Who are these other guys I could possibly get? Oh,
Pinda
but
Kong says they want a shirt with Zombie Grub's Skype photo. I mean, that'd be easy enough.
Yeah, there's actually a really high-res version because.
Yo, you could rest in case of caster face or something.
Wow. Excuse me. Okay, now we're really ready to go.
Alright. Apotheosis is quite the good Zerg map. This is in the map pool, right? Let me check. Yes, it is.
Yes,
Okay.
it is. Dassalon and Galactic Process aren't in the map pool.
I always forget which ones aren't. But, so yeah, I mean, Apotheosis is a very Zerg favored map. This is something that was a great pick out of him. We'll see if it serves him here in game number 2. In the top left side of the map, we got the blue Zerg player, formerly Samsung Galaxy's Armani.
Timed it up perfectly. In the bottom right, as the Red Terran, he is Ryung.
I just had a brilliant idea.
What?
So I don't know that Koreans maybe necessarily follow or understand the same memes that we do, right? Like this goes back to, again, Golden tweeting saying like, do people get offended when they hear baguette versus kimchi man and stuff like that? I wonder how many Koreans know about Harambe. And more importantly, can I convince any of them, such as Patience at BlizzCon, to embrace the meme?
There's no point. It's so dead. It's as dead as the
I
damn
know,
ape.
that's the problem!
What do you mean it's the problem?
He's dead! Zombie Grub, he's
Oh,
dead.
like that, yeah. Yeah, exactly. But no, seriously, like, no one cares about that. There's no memes to get to, Rifkin.
Are you sure? Because
No
look,
memes.
in my opinion, history is going to remember three people, three iconic people:
No.
Einstein,
No.
Hitler, and Harambe.
Iconic. It's kind of the wrong word.
By the way, did I just pop Godwin's Law? What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Thank you to Totally Not Mr. Boris for the 9-month resub.
Well, then who is he?
This was or yesterday was the anniversary of the Olimoleague sub day, so just throwing it out there. How much for GG's Skype photo? Well, I definitely wouldn't tell you can find it on Panic Switch's, you know, official website or anything.
$5. Donate and I will mail it to you.
Did you know there's a Captain Rifkin in Star
So
Trek?
bad at business.
No one cares about
What?
Star Trek. There's a Captain
Wait,
Rifkin in
what?
Star Trek. Do you know that?
Well, I don't really watch Star Trek, but that's kind of cool. Why you shutting that down, man?
Because no one cares about Star Trek, it's true. You know, that whole Star Trek versus Star Wars thing? Star Wars has won that for a very long time.
Dude, my favorite Star Trek character, I think it was that one pilot, Starbuck or whatever.
Now you're reaching into the other side, I found. Good one, though. Good one. I'm gonna name one of my cats Starbuck. I got a new cat. It's gonna be named Starbuck. And they're gonna be like, "Oh, did you like? What's that book, Moby Dick?" And I'd be like, "No."
Oh, yo, so quick shout out. When I was playing that VR game the other day at my friend's house,
Oh,
he's a game developer. This game he's making is called like Mutatos. So quick shout out if you guys want to check that out. But it's in the game you literally have like two animals. Like so you take like an elephant and like a giraffe, and they're like chibi little versions of it, right? You breed them by smashing them together, like the Mike Tyson like now Kith sort of thing.
Kiss. Okay.
I imagine you. They need to make like a cat breeder simulator, and instead of like different types of animals, it's just different types of cats. And like you would just spend all day making little babies, like squishing them together, making new kitty cats. Each one more cute than the last.
It's not really what I want to do. I don't care about breeding them.
So you say that, and then you see how adorable the actual things were in this game, and you're gonna change your mind.
Okay. Well, we have a Hellbat attack on the way for Ryung. This is like the bare bones one. It doesn't even include a medevac, for God's sake. But if it's surprising, it's surprising. It can get a base kill. It can kill a couple of queens. You get third base after this, and you continue macroing, but it doesn't have much staying power. There's literally nothing there to heal the Hellions. So ideally the Reapers take the shots. A couple Lings in here, and that's annoying, but there's already more Hellions on the way. The third base is canceled because of this, and the Queen might die too. She got off a creep. Run! Okay, she's good.
The grenades actually do an interesting way to scatter the Hellbats. That makes their attacks really inefficient, unfortunately, as we saw there. Ah, that's a bit awkward. Thank you to Mr. Bauris Macaron for the 21-month resub, by the way. 21
Nice,
months,
nice.
21 years, 21 seconds. Take your pick, man. Either way, thank you so much.
Well, if they want to get a scout in to make sure that it's not mech, I would think first of all, but just want to see that the gold base has been taken by Ryung. So that was a pretty decent Hellbat attack. I think it did enough damage to warrant it. Again, it's not the committed one. Question for you, though. Would you like to cast Gumiho versus Dream or Seed with a break in between, or choose another match?
I'll take a look at the brackets while you cast for a second, see what else is
Okay.
in there.
There's
it's not a problem.
too much else that's like super tempting, but I'll see.
I mean, so what's weird about this, right, is like I almost want to stick with this bracket only because like if Ryeong wins the series, we know natural and Ryeong would be a great TVT, but if Nice is like a newcomer to the league and he actually takes out like former champion Ryeong here, that would also be kind of cool to see.
Oh,
I don't know. I'll make a straw poll for chat. That's what we'll do.
okay.
We'll let the chat decide which part of the bracket we stick with.
Do you want to see Ryung get Protossed, or just kidding. Actually, oh my god, this Reaper's gonna execute the Queen. Oh my god, Reaper, you go. Go,
That was
girl.
actually really nice. Wow, didn't expect that. Neither did Armani.
I don't think Ryung like, okay, the one Queen that you had gotten low happens to go into the main base to start injecting. I mean, come on. That's probably logical. Armani probably thought it was gonna be the safest in the main base, but oh well. That didn't work out, did it? The way this game has gone, in fact, I guess because of the third base being denied and just generally having to compensate for the Hellbat attack, Armani's 1-1 is not that much farther ahead. It's 10 seconds ahead of Ryung's. That's interesting. So it's usually like a good 30 or above, and you actually get a couple of fights where you have that upgrade lead, but not so much in this game. Ryung already almost on his way to Medivacs. They're coming out now, and he should have well, it's not quite a follow-up attack now. It's been a couple minutes, but he's going to have a second attack that Armani has to deal with soon. Armani going for Mutiling Bling again on this map makes a lot of sense, but actually going towards that Spire, not going for the Baneling attack. Surprise Ling Baneling attack.
By the way, of course, as with every poll we ever seem to make, it is almost 50-50. God damn it. We'll see what that looks like here in a minute or two, guys. But we're not in a rush. We're not in a rush. We're just trying to get the opinions out here so we can start planning ahead with the admins.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now it's really starting to... There we go. That's better. Alright, so the Medivacs go forward. They're actually going to be accompanied by a couple of Hellions that will turn into Hellbats, and this drop will also have combat shields. Time it drops and it's fully unloaded. Another Baneling drop from Armani. He did this in the last game.
I'm still... I especially with SCV saving the higher health pool and all that, like, you really got to take a couple of links with this. I really don't feel like 4 Banelings is the way to go. Not to be overly critical. It's just, we'll see how effective it is. Drops here on the carbon bomb. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, no, don't go that way. Okay, actually, you controlled it.
Yeah, see? But this is the problem. Like, 4 Banelings for 8 SCVs is actually not that great, to be honest. Like, it's good damage, it's freebies, quote unquote, but the actual cost of the Baneling, I feel, outweighs the death of the SCV.
I mean, he really has not caught, you know, an oversaturation or anything like that. And, I mean, even if the SCVs had all taken damage, and you're like, man, I've only had 2 Lings. Well, they didn't, actually. There's only 2 of them that took extra damage. So, it's always working out for Ryung, okay. It's not like versus probes. Still trying to do damage, by the way, but not really finding any success. There's too many Banelings. They already have speed. He is cleaning up some creep on the right side, but that's about it. Oh, he's actually going to take the fight? Okay. Hellbats take the brunt of the Banelings, but this is all distraction for the 2 Medivacs to the left side. Couple Queens to help defend, but that's it. And Armani is actually chasing, which could really bite him in the butt, or it could turn this into a bit of a worker trade. I don't know about base trade. 6 workers go down to those Banelings. But Armani is going to turn home. He's not going to dedicate to the attack, and in doing so, he's going to lose a lot here. Finds a nice little comfy position against the Lings. Could go for the Baneling nest. Goes for the extractor instead. Okay, whatever. Could probably even have gone for the lair. I would think that Ryung is anticipating... Oh, that would have been actually the mutas. Anticipating Queens to come forward and, like, have transfuses, so I guess he didn't really want to dedicate to killing a building that might not have died anyway. The extractor was always probably going to die, but... not too effective. It did draw Armani back, and did disrupt mining for some time, so it wasn't worthless either, and Ryung still has a 10 army supply lead. Upgrades again even. Armani getting Burrow, though, could be very interesting. As his creep goes away, or as he's able to push Ryung back, burrowed Banelings on some of these ramps would be quite good.
That would have got a fantastic hit on the core amount of those Banelings, by the way. Armani not only loses some very important splash damage, but the fact that he's still down in supply makes this really rough. When you're playing Zerg on this map, everything's supposed to be going in your favor, right? Like whether it's going to be the reinforcements or whether it's the actual engagements you take defensively on creep, none of that's really syncing up now for Armani.
At least he's still winning in the income war. I mean, he's on 4 bases, but so is Ryung now. That was a little concerning. Because Ryung really is not feeling the pressure or the heat of Apotheosis. He is just continuing to be aggressive and expand at a very nice rate. Armani going into an infestation pit means that he's pretty much going to be entirely on the defensive, which is pretty unfortunate. You know, 17 mutas. They get the chance to really start pulling Ryung around in his own bases. They can buy a lot of time. That's your creep spread back up. That's a 5th base down and getting saturated. Instead, he's purely on the defensive. I do like this kind of Ling run by here. The Ling's not as important, right, in defending. You can kind of scare the Terran with just a mass amount of Banelings. As long as they don't feel too confident pushing in, you're probably going to get away with the Ling run by. But Ryung is confident pushing in. He takes it on despite seeing so many Banelings. And the Lings, well, they might get something done. They also could have been surrounding the bio on the defense. And it's not even getting that much done. They were hoping to find the 4th base, I think, without a planetary, but that was ill-timed. Oh, the mutas. Interestingly, Ryung not getting any liberators quite yet. I mean, that would have killed the mutas by now. This Marine's still doing a decent job. He has been losing medevacs either to the drops or just the mutas picking them off, so he does have to remake them. That's pretty nice, but Ryung's still rallying forward. He's finally gonna retreat. Now he's gonna dedicate to another position. That's a lot of creep to clean up. Well, Armani did get to an infestation pit. He really can't quite get to a hive. I mean, he could squeeze it in, like, right now. But just, you know, losing creep, constantly being on the defensive, being able to reach Ultralisk is still, like, really up in the air. He needs a breathing room to try and do that first. This Ling run-by is going to try and grab some of the reinforcements. Actually, I think that's the mutas. It is the mutas. Can try and grab some reinforcements. Almost successful in that. That means the medevacs aren't dying on the front lines, however. And just forces Ryung to stop rallying, but doesn't actually deal with the army still on the other side of the map. Oh god, no.
Oh, mutas are going to feel bad if that Woodmine had gone off, but unfortunately, we still see Ryung not only with that 3-3 upgrade, he's just rocking that supply count. And the most important thing to me is I'm looking at 13 Marines in the production tab. Ryung's not feeling pressured to put down like 9 tech labs. He's not scared of ultras coming out any given second and not swapping over to Marauders. Like for Ryung, he knows it's Ling Bane Muta, and that's all he has to deal with. So these couple of Widowmines peppered here and there, purely Marine production, this is pretty easy peasy in terms of macro.
I realized the rock's broken down. Well, scanning once again. Unfortunately, Armani has not been able to utilize the burrow at all. I think he would have had he pushed Ryung back at any points, but it's just been on his side of the map around this gold base for the last 4 minutes or so. He finally starts reaching to at least, I think, give Ryung another couple of options of moving around. So this base is an easy snipe. That was probably not the greatest idea. But like this base, this is something that his gold base could transfer to, and he could, yeah, plant the creep down and just basically prepare for the transition to that base. Mutas managed to find a command center trying to get an easy lift off. That's pretty nice. Finally finding some use. Finally really pulling Ryung back and making him worry a bit. Ryung gets the gold base. Oh my god, it's gonna die. Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god, the last second repair of those SCVs.
God, you got them like 100.
Clutch save on that command center. It's not even just command center, it's an orbital for goodness sake. The one from the main is so important he kept that alive.
Just picks up and leaves when they attack. Mutas probably can't do very much, but still with no liberators, I totally appreciate the idea of just like letting them fly around from Armani. I'm not sure about getting 10 more though. That's a little more open question.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, God.
Oh, catches some of the medevacs with the Marines, and 2 catches the Marines with those links, so suddenly Ryeong goes from being in such a good spot in this game to in a lot of trouble. Bailey's running around off creep are still going to be manageable, but those mutas were certainly scary.
How did that Widowmine reach that?
Yeah, but there's no follow-up to really finish him off, unfortunately. But damn, for like that one brief moment, Armani looked like he was about to bring this game back totally in his fashion. He's up in workers. His army supply was finally catching up for the first time in a long time.
Looks like...
I mean, I want to see Armani like get some really cool burrowed banelings. I want to see the magic happen, but it's unlikely. Ryeong's playing this very smart.
I must have missed a decent baneling hit or something, or maybe he saw like Ling's burrowed, I'm not sure. Because he's definitely scanning specifically for the burrowed banelings, and I definitely saw them. That's good too, though. Ryeong does have 3 orbital commands. He can do this, and he's, you know, it's still an okay SCV count. Takes an okay fight off of creep towards the end, but not good enough. Oh, reinforcements.
If the muta count's racking up, but the reinforcements out of Ryung are actually more than enough to cull them if necessary. A large part of this too is these medevacs keep living through these fights. There's so many instances right now where we've been talking about Terran players overstimming and watching them die because the medevacs, like the 3 that are alive, are usually out of energy type thing. But instead, Ryung's at such a high medevac count. This is just not a problem for him.
He's also been steadily producing them. There have been no lulls where he's building liberators, just simply forgot. I couldn't afford to. So, yeah, I mean, they've been living now, but Armani initially was doing a really good job picking them off. This base goes down, and Armani he never replaced this one. He's not going to take the gold back, because that's, like, entirely mined out. But he's in a lot of trouble now, as Ryeong is still happily mining from a 5th now, too. Drones going down, as they were just rallied or long-distance mining. This feels like it's going to slowly tumble to Ryung's favor in like a really big way. I mean, it has been for the last couple of minutes. There's that one time Armani finally got some attack going for himself, but otherwise it's been Ryung with the pressure, with the nice expanding, and just in general looking a lot better. This is not a planetary, so even like a handful of lings is definitely good and very annoying. Forces Ryung to look away for a second, forces him to try and respond, so the mutas are dipping in and out. Armani really trying to bring back the game with his muta control. At 18 mutas, that is a scary amount, so he could definitely do some damage, but it's not finding it. A bad fight, but unfortunately goes off of creep at the last second, so these Marines ended up surviving, and they do have 3-3. They've had it for a long time. That's it. GG.
Well, Ryeong takes the series 2-0. However, public opinion has dictated we go to the northern side of the bracket. Not by much, but by a little. So we will be trying to get into Dream versus Gumiho, which will be a TVT up there. And the winner of that will play either Lucira or what appears to be possibly Sue, unless Hurricane really pulls it out in that last game. So we'll go to break. We'll find out what we're casting for Sherzies. I believe it's Gumiho and Dream, so just assume that for the time being. And we'll see you guys here in a few minutes.